Hey, it's Mel. I am so excited. Today, I'm going to take you behind the scenes to our first rehearsal for Let Them, the Tour 2026. We're going to go to the Wang Theater here in Boston, but more importantly, I'm going to show you three habits that I use whenever I'm going after something big in my life. These are the same three habits that you can use to get clear, to gain momentum, and to keep going when you're going after big things. Are you ready? Let's do it. Oh my, I can't believe we're doing this.
You're about to go to the other side of the world.
I've never been.
I hear it's great.
I just want to say I am so grateful that you all traveled in. I cannot believe it has been a year since we are all gathered. And how many cities are we going to?
15.
15 cities, 4 countries. This is going to be insane. The first habit that you need when you're going after a big goal is you got to be ready to show up and do the work. It's all about preparation. You will always be more confident when you prepare. So habit number 1, show up and work hard. The more you prepare ahead, the more confident you are. That's what hard work and showing up and preparation does. Okay, one of the really important things for me, and this was something that was a core mission of the first year we went on tour, you guys will remember this, is that every single seat in the house needs to feel like they have one of the best seats in the house. I don't want anyone to feel like they're missing out. If you're way up there at the top, I still want you to feel like you're part of what's going on. And so any suggestions for things that we can do with the audience or on screen, I want everyone to feel like, oh my God, this is amazing. In order to do your best work, you gotta ask for feedback, you gotta ask for advice, you gotta ask for help. And that's very challenging to do. And that's why it's habit number 2 that you need in order to go after your big goals. The creative process isn't about creating one thing once, it's about creating something and then tearing it apart and asking yourself how to make it better. You have to build this habit and this thick skin of understanding you doing it on your own, not enough. To make it excellent, you gotta be willing to throw it into the soup of feedback and say, how do I make it better? What did I miss? What do we need to do? Do you have any ideas without getting defensive? It's almost like a rubber band. You have to pull it to stretch it, right? To expand its capacity. That's what feedback does for you.
Save the interviews for the TV.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Because then you're focusing in the section.
I am very lost. I don't know. Rules.
Get her lower, so we're going to need to make sure that we have a good shot of her on iMac too.
Got to keep the whistle wet. Thank you, Lynn. Charlotte started working on these graphs right about here. It's one thing to teach something and just speak it. Mastery is showing somebody.
Do you want to teach to this right now?
I think what we've decided is the entire 5-second rule piece comes up here along with the time graphs. I need the pillars of the show and the clarity of what I'm teaching to keep this thing moving along. One thing I need everybody to hear is that it is not a failure that we're striking graphs.
Oh, no.
Seeing them is extraordinarily helpful to see what is necessary and what is overkill.
Yeah.
Because this process is like throwing wet clay into a pile and then sculpting. We don't need this. This is enough. We can tweak it this way. We can tighten it, and that's the process that we're in. And the third habit that you need when you're going after big goals is you have to take care of the little things. Because here's what happens. Once you start going after something that's really meaningful to you, you're gonna notice something. You can't put your life on pause and just focus on that one thing. But now you got this thing that's making you all excited that you got to fit into your life. So you're going to have all these ideas popping around, right? Who do you give them to? You don't want them on scraps of paper like I used to do. Use Copilot to help you stay organized. Dump it all in there. It keeps track of all of it. You can take photos of notes. Like, I don't know about you, but I used to be the kind of person where I would put a little note in this notebook, and then I put a little note on this Post-it, and then I put a little note over here, and then I put a little note in this app. When you use it like an assistant, all those little things that bog you down, you just throw them to Copilot, keeps it organized, and keeps you focused on what actually matters. So I'm just gonna break these into Mel on stage, right? then we know we're gonna break the fourth wall. Because there are some, and I'm doing this because some people do great in documents. I do not. I do great in visual learning.
I have 2 questions.
Yep,
One is, where's discouragement?
it's in time
Is it in time or 5-second rule?
here, because this is where we're bringing it to life, I believe.
Action is the answer.
I don't know. I want to get to a point where the beats of the show are like an earworm. And I am, when Soy or Shar or anybody's like, is it action is the answer? Is it, I don't think we have them yet.
We did do a session all with the let them in the beginning, and we all 4 of us agreed that it was not going to work. And so we can try it again.
I think debating it is what our audience deserves. And I think the linear storytelling is probably it. I'm having a hard time working in documents
Okay.
and in scripts and in a show that we did last year a certain way, now reordered, and you know the document and I know the material. And I think the show's fantastic, and I think we're very close, and I feel all eyes on me, and based on everything like that's going on, this feels like it's going very negatively, and I don't want to create when it feels like this. I need like some positivity and some like levity and some fun, because it doesn't feel very fun right now.
Pay attention, everybody. I need everybody to stand up.
Stand up.
Yep, we've been working for a long time. I asked Copilot, I said, when we're working on something creative, we need to change the energy, we need
Okay.
to have more fun. And since we've been working for 9 hours,
Oh my
and we've been
God.
sitting,
9 hours.
we're gonna do jumping jacks. So,
Really?
Matthew, come on. We gotta change the energy.
I don't know if I can. Okay, 30
And
seconds.
3, 4, 5,
Actually worked.
9, 10.
Worried I might be leaking. Look at Marcus's abs coming through that shirt.
Done.
We were so in our heads, and I was starting to get like, "Ugh." Like that just energetically shifted everything, because it got us out of up here and into our bodies. I'm so proud of what you guys put together. It is amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, creative director of the tour. She art directed every video. She was like, yeah!
I think that I just care so much about this show, which is why I go silent every time my mother disagrees with me. Me and David spent so much time on these. We tried every single clip in every single order. Thousands of times. Like these videos, we are on version 33 of this video. 33.
That's what excellence demands, and you do it. Sawyer, you are that's why when we will watch this video for the first time cold, everyone will literally die and be like, no, that was unbelievable. Incredible. Absolutely love it. All right. Is that a wrap? Excuse me. Welcome to Let Them Tour 2026, brought to you by Microsoft Copilot. Woo! And if you're thinking about switching platforms, if you're thinking about leaning into AI, here is a QR code. I invite you to download Copilot, try it as an assistant. You will be shocked at how much time you are saving and how much of your life it gives you back.